One.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Dokkan When. It has been a hot minute since we've done the face cam. The last time I had my good old buddy Raysean. And speaking of, I've got old buddies that I haven't had on in like freaking forever. I've had Raysean. How's it going, Raysean?
I'm doing good. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm tired. I'm gonna get drunk. I got vodka.
Hell yeah, dog. Let's get fucked up.
Oh yeah, that hurts. And Kyle. Kyle, it's been like a fucking year and a half since I've had you on my show.
Has it really been that long since I've been on your show? I thought I was on like earlier this year.
No, it was last year. It was in 22. Whenever like we met, I've been on your show more than once. I just always forget to invite you on mine because that's Dokkan and yeah.
Pretty fucked up, man. All right, I see you, but I'm happy to be back.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
But weren't you on a pause for a little bit?
Huh?
I thought you were on a pause. My fault.
I was on a
Me?
pause. Or
Oh, him. All right, yeah, you were on a pause, so it's okay. Rayshawn just gave you a valid excuse to not have me on. That was a good play, right?
okay, for this year, yes, I will take blame for last year. 22. I've been
All
on
right,
pause.
you are forgiven.
It's been a shitty year. It's been an absolutely shitty year. Things are starting to get better. I'm going to an episode a month right now until I get back on track. So I'm at least content.
Well, let's make this one count, baby.
Absolutely. It's good to have both you guys on here. Like I said, it's been a very, very long time since I've had Kyle and Raysean on here. So thanks for coming in, guys. And
Well,
Me
it's
and
great
Rayshawn.
to be back, baby. It's great to be back. I'm
It's
happy.
great to be back with Rayshawn on your show because me and Rayshawn make so many podcasts together that I think that Rayshawn
I know it.
secretly hates me for talking so much, you know. So it's gonna be nice to have you steer the ship instead of me just babbling for fucking
And-
10 minutes at a time.
And for those that are on the Dokkan When ship that he was talking about, go check out their podcast. Raysean has the RGAP, RGAP podcast. You can find it, I think, everywhere. And Dragon Ball Super Dope for Kyle and the Advice Pod. Kyle, do you have a third or no?
He got like so many podcasts. Just go to his page
Just
just to see. all
Yeah,
the
it's
podcasts.
mostly just Dragon Ball Super Dope and the Advice Pod right now. Advice Pod season 2 is about to wrap. Super Dope. Who knows how super? She's been a lost year for Super Dope, but chapter 100 of the manga is coming out next month, and hopefully it's gonna start to finally move on to a new arc, and I'll be excited to talk about Dragon Ball again.
yeah,
Woo!
that was actually a big controversial.
And we're
thing
gonna
on
and a
Discord.
review is about to drop.
What? What do you mean? What was controversial?
They don't. One is the fact the Gohan hair breaks a panel. Was like we have some power scalers in my Discord, so they were sitting like, "Oh my god!" And then some of them don't like the art that's actually going with the Gohan. He says we have one specifically who thinks it looks cheaper compared to actual manga, the other manga panels that have been shown. I don't agree.
But
Hey,
did they
you know
watch?
what?
You know watch how stupid that design was in the movie? Like, what are
I
you
know.
talking
No,
about?
he says his hair's bigger. He doesn't care for that, and he doesn't like whenever that still frame when he does transform. I guess still frame. It's all still frames. He doesn't like that specific frame whenever he transforms. He doesn't care for the stance and doesn't feel as detailed and shaded. And he used the MUI and Ultra Ego against whenever they powered up against Frieza, or was it Granola? Or Gas, not Granola.
Yeah.
Anyway, back when they both powered up at the simultaneous.
I mean,
It was granola.
it's whatever, man. I'm ready for this story to be over. Remember when we watched this story as a movie last summer in the summer of 2022? That was awesome.
It was. It was.
Sick.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
And speaking of movies, we are going to, because these two are probably the biggest anime fans I know. Like, if I want anime stuff, I will typically go to one of these two. I'm pointing in wrong directions. One of these two for my stuff. Kyle for Dragon Ball, Raysean for other stuff, because these guys biggest anime people I know. And we're going to discuss Dragon Ball movies today, as opposed to our typical Dokkan content. So if you don't want that, I'm sorry. I have other episodes. Or come listen to us rant. But we're going to discuss our favorite Dragon Ball
No,
movies.
dude, you say. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say, if people don't like what we're going to talk about, fuck them. They should listen anyway because they're about to be educated and entertained. The two E's.
Yeah, they're going to be something. They're going to hate some of our opinions. We're going to discuss Dragon Ball movies today. Like our favorite movies. Like, I'll give at least a basic idea for people who want to hear this if they want to hear this episode. We're going to discuss say one of our favorite movies, why we like said movie. The truck just came blaring by playing Ariana Grande sounded like behind me, Jesus Christ. And what if we could make something out
That's
of
awesome.
it? I guess. I don't know. I don't like Ariana Grande music. but take what we could out of the non-canon to make it canon, like how they did with Broly. So, since it's been the longest since he's been on Dokkan When, Kyle, why don't you get us started, my friend?
All right, so I imagine the one I'm about to throw out is one I'm like 99% Raysean also chose this. I'm not sure if you chose this as well, Hayden, but I think the first thing, this isn't to be fair, all right, to myself and how I put this together. I did not approach it as what are my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies. I did not approach it that way. It does so happen to work out. They kind of line up for the most part, but I approached it more from the perspective of what do I want to see from those non-canon movies, potentially be recycled into new canon material.
Fair.
One of the best characters from those Dragon Ball Z movies that I think they could do a lot with in terms of story is Cooler.
Yep.
Revenge of Cooler, Cooler's Revenge, and then the Return of Cooler. I forget which one is which. Those two films, Return of the Mecha Cooler movie, the second one specifically, is probably one of my top 3 Dragon Ball Z movies from back then.
That's Return.
I love the idea of Frieza having a foil and a brother that is as powerful as him, obviously, like mimics and, kind of as a rehash of him in a lot of ways for movie purposes. But I love the idea of Frieza having a brother who's also just as powerful, who he doesn't necessarily get along with, who kind of runs like a co-competing empire or like a different part of the Frieza empire, however it is. I think there's a lot of potential there to do some fun stuff with, the brotherly love or the lack of brotherly love between Frieza and Cooler. So
that would be
cool.
Cool.
Cooler is definitely the first. Those movies generally, but just the concept of Cooler as a character, Frieza having a brother. I don't know how that's not one of the first things they tried to reborrow and make canon. But
honestly,
that's my first pick.
Cooler is a fan favorite. I'm surprised. Like it was him. I think him and Broly are the 2 fan favorites. As Broly is the most. With I could be wrong on this. Cooler right behind him. I think. Is that true?
I mean, I'd say it's Broly by like a million miles.
I know Broly, but it's like
Cooler is definitely.
It's before it was Broly, probably Gogeta, then Cooler, but Gogeta's counted it. But I'm gonna count that Broly Gogeta tied, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, think about it like this, right? What we're picking from, unless one of you guys has a dark horse pick of like one of the first 4 Dragon Ball movies, which I don't think any of us picked. I believe we're probably picking from the same 13 films of Dragon Ball Z, from Dead Zone through the end of Wrath of the Dragon. Those are the 13 Dragon Ball Z movies. You think about it, Cooler and Broly make up the villains of 5 of those 13 movies. Like, there's pretty much no way that they're not going to be considered like one of the more important or like influential or well respected or liked characters from that set of characters. So I feel like Cooler, you can't pick Broly now, thank God. So really, you're not even working with 13 films. You're working with 10 films, 9 if you count Cooler one time like I did, essentially. So yeah, that's I don't know, that's my first pick.
I'm gonna spoil it. I didn't pick Cooler. I'm gonna spoil it. I didn't have Cooler in my list.
That's good though. It would have been mad boring if we all picked the same fucking 3 things.
All right, Raysean, how about you?
Well, I did choose a Cooler film, but he chose the second one, and I chose the first one. Ooh.
Actually, if you guys see over my right shoulder here, this is the original movie poster for the Return of Cooler.
I didn't even notice that.
From Japan, I think 1990 1991? Yeah, I believe.
That's
1992. The Return of Cooler. It's Cooler's Revenge, then the Return of Cooler back to back. Yeah, I would love to be able to do this with all of the Dragon Ball Z posters, but I found a pretty good deal on that one, like early COVID, just getting bored and shopping on eBay. But I do love that movie a lot.
That's really cool. That's a really cool art. I love the some of the old movie posters I've seen of really cool. All right, sorry.
Do it smell like Japanese hands? Oh,
Does it smell like Japanese hams?
Yeah, because don't they like hand paint that?
I wasn't expecting.
You meant hands, as in like the things with fingers. I would have bet money you said hams, as in like the things you fucking cook and then eat on Easter.
It's Japanese hams. It smells like Japanese hams. It's on topic. Thanksgiving's a few days away.
Well, it depends on what type of hams you thought I was talking about. Okay, Dragon Ball Z Cooler Revenge. I like this movie because it basically gives us a little bit more allure into the Frieza race. because before then we didn't really know much. It was just Frieza and his dad. This brings us his whole brother and the whole dynamic that they hate each other. This movie has some great scenes in there. There's a scene in the movie where you have Goku basically tell Krillin and I can't even think of the pig Oolong and Icarus to basically check on the animals. And the funny thing about this like thing is in the next scene, you basically have Goku laid up in the cave with all these animals like he baby Jesus. It's just the funniest scene in the world. You guys got to go back if you have not seen that movie. It's fucking one of the greatest scenes ever. I like the fact in this movie Gohan climbs up Corn Tower, and we get to learn who the Bean Daddy is, Yajirobe. Oh man, this movie is probably one of the funniest, and I like the fact that you start to to me, I start to think of the fact like, why has Yajirobe just been living with corn for this long? Like, and this has never been questioned. Like why the fuck is he up there? It's been proven he's not one of the best like human beings in terms of like being good and shit. But yet, corn, I think corn just like, you know what, fuck it. It's either you or I'm just alone type shit. He doesn't have him a Mr. Popo. At least Kami got him a random black guy to keep him walk around and talk to. You know what I mean?
You know, I've never really thought about Yajirobe being the Mr. Popo to Korin's Kami. That's pretty funny.
It is.
But I mean, if you think about it, he's probably the closest character to being black out of all of them. The way Yajirobe
Mr.
acts.
Popo? Yeah,
No,
I would say
Yajirobe.
he's the closest to being. Why is he the closest to being black?
It's just how he acts, man. He's just funny, man. He's one of the funniest characters. He does all his training to just sit there and be like, yeah, y'all go ahead and do that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and watch. Because like fuck that.
Even though
Yeah,
one of the most
I mean,
important things in
at the-
Dragon Ball.
At the risk of sounding racist, Raysean, you do adopt that attitude very often when we're talking about certain situations on advice where you're just like, nah, fuck that. And that is a very Yajirobe way of being. So, yeah, maybe Yajirobe is black. Shit, I might be onto something.
He got a lot of black characteristics. I fuck with it, man.
Well, welcome to the best episode of Dokkan ever.
You're welcome.
That's funny.
That's what me and Ray do. We come on here,
I
we talk
know.
about racism 5 minutes into every conversation.
That's why I wanted both of you on here at once. It'd be sad if I only had one of you on here. But honestly, I love those movies.
I feel it.
But
Yeah.
because I grew up watching them on Nicktoons. That's where I watched a lot of my Dragon Ball stuff. And some of the music in some of them, like in the Cooler Revenge of Cooler one, where Goku transforms into the Super Saiyan, like hard rock, as he transforms, is top.
Yeah, it's like they used a lot of Americanized music in this one. That's one thing I did notice when I was rewatching it. I was like, hold up, did they do this just for the Funimation dub? I know I might need to listen to the Japanese version just to make sure. Because a lot of time I'll go with the mindset that's what it is, and then Kyle be like, fuck no. Like that's not what it is. Like
Well, like
there's
I'm
like
a-
a whole nother version of Dragon Ball that I don't know about.
I'm a little bit older than you guys. Well, a little bit older than Raysean. I'm much older than Hayden. When they first brought those movies over, Funimation, like in, I don't know, early 2000s maybe, they would put in like hard rock and metal songs that were big in America over the dub. Like I remember Disturbed being in, I think it was the Lord Slug movie, or maybe it was the Broly movie. I remember the Lord Slug and the Broly movie specifically having like weird new metal fucking soundtracks to them where I'm just like, this is not, no, where's the Japanese music? This makes no sense. I hate it. But so many people, like, that is like their definitive version and preferential way to watch Dragon Ball is with fucking Bruce Falconer score and like stupid hard rock music from the
It's
early
cool.
2000s because they
So-
want
And
to
that's
get
the
up.
only way we know it. 'Cause
Exactly.
If we hear it your way, we like, what the fuck is this shit?
I
Like,
watched.
what is this?
I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, I watched a Cooler movie subbed, and it didn't have the music, and I was completely thrown off whenever it didn't have the rock in there, and I was literally just like, "What the fuck? This isn't the same movie. It's not as cool."
It doesn't give me the same hype. I'm not as hyped. That rock music, you'd be like, hold up. Is he
It's-
turning Saiyan now? Like
So intense, and whenever you just do, it's so good. It's fine if you.
And
like
sometimes
that.
they pick a good song. Like I don't know who like be like picking the right, like pick the songs for the like certain moments, but sometimes they pick the you be like, okay, whoever That was a good one.
Yeah, the
I don't know none of them.
English dub soundtrack for the Lord Slug movie. Okay, I'm looking at the list of American songs they used. Finger 11, first time. Okay, Finger 11 is probably the most notable. Well, I guess not. Stupefy by Disturbed was using the Slug movie. Couple of Finger 11 songs, weird. Deftones, Elite, Dust for Life. I don't know what the fuck
I wonder
that
if they
is.
got paid for that.
Yeah, it's called licensing and I forget what kind of licensing, but soundtrack placement. Yeah, they probably would have got some money. Probably not a lot because Funimation is not a union studio. I'm sure they fucking have like a lower, what's the word, budget to do these localizations, especially back then. I'm sure it's completely different now, but
Yeah,
yeah, they probably made some money, just not much.
I probably let one of my songs go in a Dragon Ball movie.
I mean, I'd
On a
probably,
heartbeat. Yeah.
yeah, be an honor.
He
It'd be
said
an
a
honor.
heartbeat. I,
All right, my good for mine.
I wouldn't even
My,
care. I'd
my
be like,
first pick.
yeah, it is your chicken. Who was your first pick? What is your first? I didn't know we was going like number one, so I just threw a
Well,
movie out
it's
there.
just it's our three. It's just the top three favorite movies. It doesn't have to be in any
Okay,
specific
okay.
order. I'm going to my specific as Kyle's Lord Slug movie. I love the Slug movie.
Oh,
Yeah, because I like
the
the
most annoying. I'm with Piccolo. That's the most annoying shit in the world.
I'm with the idea like how Raysean was saying with the Cooler movie. It adds lore to it. I like how it adds a little bit more to the Namekians. I love the idea of Slug being a terrifying. I'm going to use Dokkan terms. Terrifying conqueror of a Namekian going around saying, "I want these people dead. I'm going to kill them. Give me the shit I want." He was a really cool addition to all of it. I love him as a villain. I wish he got used more because he got used like twice in like movies if you count the plan to eradicate Saiyans, and then he's been used in Heroes quite a bit. Outside of that, another big one is the false Super Saiyan. I want to say probably false Super Saiyan is my favorite form past Super Saiyan 4. Like I've watched it again recently. I say recently, it's been the last year and a half. But I love the false Super Saiyan, even if looks. Some people hate it because it looks dumb. I think it looks really cool because the Kaioken and Super Saiyan combined together is the entire way I've seen it, and it's such a good like tap into it. And that's sometimes I've imagined like some Super Saiyan whenever they go the rage, like Broly. Originally, I was like, he's not because he has the blue hair. It's like weakened or whatever it is. I can't remember what it is specifically, but that's a false Super Saiyan. It's kind of how I've imagined it, at least growing up. Now I know it's not, but I just love the aura that it gives. It's spectacular, and the music too. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, no, I
False.
mean, I think it's an interesting film. It does. That's the one with the Mr. Piccolo song as well, right? Like he does the whistle and it hurts Mr. Slug, but that's the one with the weird Gohan breakout.
Yeah,
Like they were doing insert songs for these early Dragon Ball Z movies, and it's like dun 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 dun, dun and then he sings this annoying ass song, dun 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 dun, Mr. Piccolo, shit like that,
yeah.
right? That's the same movie, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
quality film, great pick, underrated. Everyone always gets annoyed by that song. Not me. One of the best.
Didn't you once have like a whole story?
Actually,
We talked about this once.
maybe I told you about this, Hayden. When we covered it on Super Dope a couple years back, we didn't do all the movies. We did like maybe the first like 6 or 7. I forget. I got fucking bored, but we did the Lord Slug movie or whatever movie that Gohan song is in, and I read the English version of the lyrics to that song, like the translated Japanese lyrics to what they mean in English over the song. And it's so weird. It's like about like riding dinosaurs and going to amusement parks and
I do
shit.
remember. I remember seeing that.
It is a strange fucking song.
But-
Something that you beat, Mr. Piccolo.
But yeah, that's my first pick. Is like Lord Slug. I feel is an underrated movie. Oh, I never hear anybody ever talk about it, and if so, it's more of like just talking negatively on it. And I don't think it needs to be because it's actual villain Namekian that's caused shit. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's. I can't remember. Is this a movie with a random Piccolo save? Is this one of those movies where that trend starts? Is that not? Is that not?
I'm pretty sure the random Piccolo save is in this film. Yeah. I can't think
It
of
starts
which
in
one
that.
it is, but
I don't know when that trend starts, but man, it happens in the Cooler movie. I forgot to mention that, but it's
I think the
Piccolo.
first time it would have happened would have been not the Garlic Jr. movie. I guess it would have been the second movie, probably. Is that the Lord? It's not
World's
like
Strongest.
yeah, that's Turles, right? Or is that Dr. Willow?
I think it's Dr. Willow.
Yeah, I
Might be
always
World.
Tree of
confuse
Might
World's
is
Strongest and the
Tree of
Tree
Might's
of Might.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Turles.
Oh,
Uh,
is
so it probably starts in the second film and it goes on through, I'm pretty sure, the first Broly movie, which is the 8th movie. So you probably do like a random Piccolo Gohan save for at least 5 out of 6 of those films.
I mean, come on,
That's
Piccolo
good.
saving Gohan's iconic. They just released a character in
Yeah, man.
Dokkan like that of that whole scene. It's iconic.
It better be a legendary unit.
No,
it's so crazy how like a relationship just grew so fast and just over just the few years that Goku was dead. Now they're like the greatest buddies ever in the world. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Weird when you hang out with the woods with somebody all day, every day for like 6 months at a time, you know?
yeah.
True. And the only person ever to ever do that. That's the crazy thing. Because
Yeah.
I don't think nobody in Z still have took the time to hang out with Piccolo. I guess you can say Pan, but other than that,
Mm.
I think you may be right on that.
maybe
All right.
Goku.
Back to you,
I'm
Kyle.
going with my number 2 here. Yeah. So this one does align.
Can I say
Oh,
something before you
what?
go?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. No, it's okay.
Pertaining to my movie, this was something we were supposed to also say something we wanted to make canon. I
Oh,
wanted them to make canon the Cooler's fourth form. I wanted that to be basically canon because I thought that was pretty cool. One thing I thought was interesting though, because he made a point to say that that was their third transformation. He was in his third transformation going into fourth, and that looked like Frieza's final transformation. But I thought that was his fifth.
I think it would be his 5th, right?
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
He has one more
So I
transformation.
don't know if that was a
So
messed
Breeze-
up in the dub.
maybe it could be a dub thing. You're right. That's a good point. But he has 4 forms, 3 transformations. Because but you see him in his final, not his final, his second to last form. Like, doesn't he show up like looking like purple and white, like Frieza would in his final form?
Mhm.
And then it's like, by the way, I still have a 4th transformation,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
or
have
like a
another
5th form.
left.
Yeah,
But he said I'm already in my third form. So I thought that was like I don't know if it's a dub translation, but I was like, that's interesting.
yeah. Instead of saying 3rd form, maybe they should have said like, I've already done my 3rd transformation to take on my 4th form. I have a 4th transformation to take on a 5th form.
That's what it's supposed to be the fifth form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. At least
Alright.
I'm pretty sure it's implied it's supposed to be his 5th. He's got the Frieza forms: the horn, the big horn, the xenomorph, the norm, and then the cooler.
Then you got the tall thing. I thought you were talking about Frieza for a second. My fault.
I would love to see the early, like all the form transformations of Cooler. That'd be cool as fuck.
I
That would be interesting, especially like you got the gold and now black, silver.
They have
Purple?
golden 5th form Cooler in Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
and they have
It's
golden
pretty cool.
metal cooler too.
Yes, they do.
That's
Actually,
interesting.
Cooler is like, I forget which arc. I tried to watch Super Dragon Ball Heroes for a bit. It was fucking impossible to follow, and who gives a shit? But there is a good stretch of time where Cooler is basically like a character in it, doing his own little part of the story, and he shows up out of the blue after having followed some people for a while, and he's like, "Oh, what's up? I'm gold too, bitch." Ah.
Yeah, it's and
cool.
in the overall beginning of it, he was like a big important character with it because he helped take on Cumber. And then after that, it was Golden
Yeah.
Frieza and Golden Metal Cooler taking on, I want to say, the Crimson Saiyan.
The Crimson Saiyan.
Goku Black.
Oh,
Goku
was it
Rose
Goku Black with? Was it Goku Black with a Time Breaker mask on or whatever?
Yep.
Goku Rose.
Yeah. And those Time Breaker masks, real fucking inventive thing for this franchise, because you just put a Time Breaker mask on anyone's face, and it's like,
Who
it's
is
a whole
it?
new character. Yeah, who is it? It's a whole new character.
Mask Saiyan, the Black Mask Saiyan, the Dark Mask King, the Crimson Saiyan. These were all Dragon
Vegeta
Ball
with a
heroes.
mask, Goku with a mask. Yeah.
Sorry, Kyle. Back to you.
Anyway, 2. This coincidentally is, I think, my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie, maybe ever. It's definitely not the best one, but I think it's my favorite one.
Ooh.
Movie 13, The Wrath of the Dragon, aka Hirudegarn, Tapion, how Trunks gets his sword. And I take it from the perspective, again, of coincidentally, it's one of my favorite films to watch. I could watch that movie on repeat all the time. So many fun scenes in that movie. But I remember watching it when I was a kid, and this was, you know, long before people were like, "Oh, what's canon? What's not canon? What happened? What didn't happen?" So like we would watch this film and we'd be like, "Man, that's a really interesting concept," because like he goes and he fucking meets this person and he gives him his sword on the way out the door. Eventually, Trunks grows up to have the sword. We see him get his sword. This makes no sense from like a timeline, time traveling perspective, but like if they could, I mean, one, I just think the character of Tapion's pretty badass, and Harudegar and Big Giant Monster is, you know, a thing that we've done in Dragon Ball several times. But I'd love to see big kaiju fights against, you know, the Z Warriors. But to make Tapion canon would give us the opportunity to make Trunks' sword story canon, which is confusing and weird, but I think it's a thing that you should know about. I would love to see a way in which they could, I don't know, either it's current day Trunks at the, you know, after Z or Boo or during Boo, whenever, basically when that movie is set, and have it be a thing where it's canon and this like is, it becomes like part of his personality now as like younger Trunks in the future after Boo or whatever. He meets this character, he has a profound effect on him as this cool badass warrior, and now he just feels compelled to wear his fucking sword around all the time. That'd be a fun way to do it. Or the way that I would want to do it personally, and this would have to like exist in its own little fucking thing, but you could call it canon, is we go back to that future timeline, like after, or maybe before even, who knows, when future Gohan with his one-armed ass, when he gets killed, you go back to that timeline and somehow tell a story in that timeline where somehow Tapion comes out and Harudegarn happens and Trunks and Gohan help him seal him up, whatever they do, and he gets his sword that way. Because in that future Trunks special, which is off the table for our picks today, otherwise I maybe would have picked it for this purpose, but Gohan dies. It's like 3 years later, and like he hears a report on the radio. It's like they're attacking Pallet Town or Ginger Town or whatever the fuck. And he like runs out, throws his jacket on, and he flies. And then he just straps his sword to the back as he's flying away from his house. And I'm like, what the fuck happened in the last 3 years that you found that kick-ass sword? I want to see the Tapion story happen in that 3-year period to explain that one stupid shot of him deciding to go out and fight the androids by himself one last time, but now he has a sword. That's the only reason I want it in there. So that's my second pick. Tapion, Wrath of the Dragon. It's fucking so much fun, and it's a cool character. And a sword. Swords are so
They
cool.
really are.
Yeah, I think it.
They are.
Oh, you got a Buster sword, fucking nerd.
Says
I
the
think
man
that
with
movie is.
hold on, really quick, Raysean. I am sorry. Says the man with the Dragon Ball poster behind him, and probably looked a lot of anime figures on his shelf.
Hey, I'm an adult. I can do what I want.
I'm an adult too.
Yeah, but that sword is like got to be bigger than you, man. That thing's huge.
And it only goes up to like, I don't know, lower chest.
Oh my god! Imagine if you impaled yourself on that thing.
That would hurt. I found a metal one online for about $350. I'm debating getting at the beginning of the year.
That's a wise investment of your dollars. Anyway,
It is.
I don't know. I've been debating getting a Goku a portrait painted on my wall, and that's like 200.
Yeah, fine portrait. Do you mean like life size Goku?
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
Like a whole Dragon Ball wall type thing.
That'd be cool.
Like a fat head. Remember those fucking
Not
decals?
a fat head. I mean,
God,
like actually
I
painted.
remember fat heads.
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
But what if you fucking move out of the place where you get the wall painted? Like you can't take it with you.
It's just stuck. So I was like, man, they must fucking love Dragon Ball
Damn.
Z. That'd be hilarious.
This guy really liked Son Goku.
That low key helped the rent value if the man wanted to sell it. Come in there and be like, damn, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a work of art on these walls. You can never paint this wall.
Or they get mad and be like, "Oh, you fucked up. You violated your lease."
I can make it glow in the dark.
That
too.
is probably with like yellow, green, glow in the dark Super Saiyan hair. Like that. Ooh.
That would be interesting.
That'd be cool. You just turn your light on, you just see fucking Goku's hair flare up.
Would it be cool though?
I think it depends. Maybe if I'm sober, it'd be cool. If you get high or get on some shrooms and turn around and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Goku.
I'm sorry, Goku. I didn't mean to. Please don't kick my ass. Please don't kick
That
my ass.
Goku, you be fucked up. And I need glasses. If I don't got my glasses on, that Goku, Michael Jackson, that could look like anything without my glasses on. I'm a very frantic person if I don't know who you are. Like, especially like right now, there's nobody in my house. But if that door open right now, I'll have a heart attack.
Cue the door opening.
What if it was just like the wind though?
I still have a heart attack. Nobody should be in this house. And how the fuck did the wind just open the door? No, I'm taking my chances. Yeah, I can see whatever happens behind me on live because I'm not gonna be able to turn it off, and I don't think y'all will either. With how today's world is, you're gonna be entrenched in what's going on. If you see somebody just walk through there, would you turn off the camera count?
No, I'd be like, hey, Raysean, who the fuck's walking up behind you right now?
What if I was already gone? I already passed out.
Well, then I would rip the video and I'd upload it to YouTube and I get some hits, dog. Like, just get use out of the
We
traffic.
both would, Kyle.
Come on.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
reminded.
pretty sure I've got the recording on my computer here, but yeah.
I do
no, for
too.
sure.
I have the recording of my OBS.
What do you? Oh, you're recording this in OBS? Sick. I don't have to send you tracks now. Great, thank you.
All right.
Anyway, there's a TikTok.
Are we still doing? Are we on the second one?
We are, but I want to do a little. You just
Oh.
talked about this. I want to do way off topic. I'm sorry. There's a TikTok about a college class back when Zoom was a thing, and these guys staged a kidnapping. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. They're in the middle of a lecture, and next thing you know, this guy's like, "Man, I don't want to be here," and like 3 of his buddies bust in the room, put a bag over his head, grab him, and pull him out of the room. And the teacher's like, "All right, so we divide the." Did you guys just see Andrew get kidnapped? Should we call the police? That's all I was imagining right now. All right, I had
Should
to.
we call the police?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't do anything. I feel like that just make my day a lot longer. Because now I gotta call the police. Now I gotta wait to make these reports. Now I'll be like, damn. I'll let the class do it. I'll be like, they took the videos and everything. I didn't see shit. I was teaching. I'm good, man. I'm going home at 3:30. Fuck it.
But
That's the type of person I am. I go to work and I do whatever I have to, but when it's time to go, I'm gone. You'll look around and be like, Rashawn's gone. he's
he's a Rashadow now.
Man.
Anyway, yeah, back to the movies.
All right, so are we? Is it my turn or is it
Yes,
your turn, Kyle?
It is. It's your turn, Rashawn.
It's my turn. Okay.
Is it your turn or is it my turn? Yes, it's your turn, Ray.
All right. This movie is not going to be a copy of Kyle's movie. I think this movie is going to throw people off a little bit because I hope no one else picked this movie. But maybe if it has the same type of meaning to you guys that it has to me.
I swear to God, if you're taking my third pick right now, I'm going to kick you in the balls. You're taking my third pick right now. I already know you are.
I'm not. For my second pick, I'm picking Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
Bro, it's already canon.
That's my number 1 movie. Damn it.
Why are you guys picking canon movies?
Battle of Gods.
What? He didn't say it then. It couldn't be canon.
That is true.
He didn't say it couldn't be.
I guess
canon.
I misunderstood the assignment, man.
I said
I
movies.
thought
He
about
said
this, my
movies
picks
and
way
then-
different than you guys did.
I mean, it's my number 1 movie.
All right,
Dragon
fine.
Ball
Battle
Z.
of Gods. Continue. I'm sorry.
Man, this is the movie that brought us back our heroes after like a long break. And it helped basically raise the stakes in almost every way. You get higher power levels. You get basically new concepts such as gods of destructions and angels. You give us whole new transformations that are like basically become the whole staple of Dragon Ball Super. So, I mean, I feel like this movie within itself is amazing. I like the whole iconic moment where you have Goku standing on top of the ship, basically like wait right there. And I love that whole moment, him running down the thing, basically telling Beerus to wait. And I don't know if this is the movie or if it's in the anime where he's like, I won't let you take over my world. And he has that whole like, it's the movie.
And it has Hero.
That's
playing
one
in
of the
the
best.
background.
I love that scene. Huh?
And it has a song.
And
Hero
the
playing in
scene where he
background.
also goes into the ground, into the water, and he's basically talking about he wants to keep fighting and all that, and but basically busts right back out into fight Beerus. This movie has so many iconic moments where you have Goku powers up. he looks like he's about to lose, and then he overcomes that. He goes from getting one of the greatest transformations to going back into his regular iconic Super Saiyan transformation and still holding the power, proving that Goku is just if I see it, I can do it type of. He's like a copycat type of ninja.
Fair. I love that movie. It's legitimately my favorite Dragon Ball movie. No joke.
Oh,
Just
it's great. It's amazing.
it is a good movie. They just released it for its 10th anniversary back in theaters last month for a couple of days. I did not go,
Oh, I
but
didn't know they did that.
they released the uncut version. I think is how they bill it, but it's got like an extra 25 minutes worth of shit in it. And I'll be honest with you, when I learned that, because shout out to my buddy Curtis. Me and Curtis did a review earlier this year about Battle of Gods and for the 10-year anniversary. And when I
Yeah,
put it on, I got the extended version. I didn't even realize there was an extended version. And I'm watching through it and I'm like, bro, this movie is so fucking long to me right now. I don't know what the deal is. And then it's like, oh, extended version. I'm like, no wonder they edited that shit out of there. That movie felt like a fucking eternity, the uncut version. I'm watching it in theaters. Like, I loved it. I remember when we went, like, it was like an event. It was a party. It brought us all back, like you said, right? But yeah, the uncut version of that movie, completely unnecessary.
You think the uncut is actually bad?
I don't think
Or
it's
is it
bad. I just
slow?
think it's a little bit slower. It's a little bit clunkier, and you can feel the length of time of the movie. Like it's,
Dang, I don't keep wanted to watch that. I'm like, that's something I'm about to pull up right after this.
I mean, you'll probably enjoy it. Just like rip the fucking bong and zone out. But like, there's a lot of extra, unnecessary fluff in there. But I'm sure some people will prefer it. I don't. I prefer the leaner, cut
I
down.
think it
sort of
depends
edited
on
product.
where the fluff is. If it's extra fluff with them on the ship getting ready for a fight, then I don't know if I want to watch all that.
Ah, see, that's where you're mistaken, my friend. In the movie, they're not on a ship. They're at Bulma's house. In the anime, they're on a ship. Oh, duh.
Oh, okay. So the ship thing happens in the anime
Yeah,
and
they're
not
at
in
Bulma's house. They're at
the
Capsule Corp
movie.
in the movie.
Yeah. I think I actually prefer them being on a cruise ship, honestly, especially
I like
because
the cruise ship scene when he like appears up on the top of the cruise ship. See,
Yeah.
I always thought that was. See, I keep getting that shit blended. Maybe Super Dragon Ball needs to stop doing that, making these movies canon. You can't even tell which is which anymore. This shit is crazy.
yeah, it makes
I'm
it
glad I ain't mixing it with the manga. That would be crazy and out here.
Super
Mhm.
Saiyan Red. I love Super Saiyan
Actually-
Red.
I have the first volume of the manga right here in front of me for Dragon Ball Super.
Wow.
I do just want to confirm whether or not. Oh shit! I also have an album liner from my original album for when I was 18. For some reason, I have it in here.
Oh, that's the album I listened to. You guys
You
gotta
have
listen
an
to that.
album?
Did you listen to
Go
this?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sent it to me like a long time ago.
I didn't know
Oh
this.
man, I'm a good friend. I'm waiting just to see where this story.
You know he
takes place.
sings, right?
I know he sings. I didn't know he had an album.
He do a lot of
That's
80s blues.
Kyle's like the
You say a
coolest
lot of
person I've
80s
ever
blues.
met.
Thanks, man. It does look like in the manga it does take place at.
Yeah, no, Kyle's right.
Wait a minute! No! It is on a ship. Look. Oh shit! Maybe not. Let me see if I can get this.
I
To
can
work.
see, but not. I can see the black. That's all I can see.
This is a boat right
I can
here.
only see
Yeah, I see the
smells.
boat. I can see the outline of the boat.
I can only see smells.
Here we
This
go.
vodka's
Amazing.
hitting hard. It's awful. Oh yeah.
Dang.
Is this your first time
I can't
drinking
even tell if
vodka?
your eyes open.
Just
Are
I
you
typically
smoking?
have stuff mixed with it. This is straight.
Whew.
This is interesting. It reads Planet Earth, a luxury cruise, Bulma's birthday party venue. And then it says, editor's note. If you'd like to enjoy the party in full, check out the Battle of Gods movie. So the movie and the manga both have it on a cruise ship.
But the
but the movie, the original appearance of it, has it just at Capsule Corp on like the front yard and shit.
That's funny.
That
It
movie-
is
Huh.
on front yard because I remember that now.
That movie did have. I'm gonna have to change my pick probably, but it did have some good. I love the Battle of Gods movie. I will not let you destroy my world. One of my favorite scenes ever.
Oh man.
Vegeta's rage, great Super Saiyan God transformation for the first time, immaculate. It's the only Dragon Ball
Don't
movie.
Smack My Boma. Is that the movie or that the anime?
Well, it's definitely the movie, but I mean,
Okay.
I think it's in every version.
Don't
of the
hit
story.
my Boma.
All right.
My Boma! How dare you hit my Boma? That's what it is. No, that's my Boma. That's my Boma. Yeah. But it's the only Dragon Ball movie.
That's my Boma.
It's the only.
And that was the first time he really showed that love for her
Yeah.
right there. Where you was like, okay, whatever they did over that little few years from the end of the Boo fight to now, they are tight. The Bulma and Vegeta, they are a power couple.
They are.
It's gonna be hard to get in between them.
But yeah, it's the only Dragon Ball movie my dad has ever watched, and he's like, you know what? I want to watch this again. I tried to get him to watch Dragon Ball Z 8 years ago, and we got Battle of Gods, and so I was like, hey Dad, watch this. Goku, Dragon Ball Z? Fine. Because it was like, I watch movie, they watch movies. And he loved the movie. Didn't care for Resurrection F or anything else, but Battle of Gods, he said, honestly, first anime movie I've seen and enjoyed. I love it. It's a good movie. Probably top.
I can understand Rational F. I feel like Rational F has that like anime type of feel. Like
Wait a minute. What are you calling it?
Didn't he say Resurrection F?
All right. Just wanted to make sure you said resurrection because at first I thought you said recreation. Recreation F. That's how I heard it at first, and I was like,
maybe I did. I could have.
That's not what it's called.
Frieza comes out with a fucking a head warmer and joggers. Come on, monkeys, let's get to work.
That would look
recreational F.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That'd be hilarious.
I thought that movie was not. I didn't think. Yeah, that's a shittier movie.
Recreation F is one of the worst Dragon Ball fucking movies. For my money, and I think in a lot of fans it is. However, I was just reading through like some Wikipedia shit. But it's for some reason in like a survey taken for the best or favorite Dragon Ball films in Japan,
and
it is in the top 5. Let's see, here it is. In commemoration of the release of the 20th film, which the 20th film is what? Broly is the 20th film.
I think so, yeah.
In commemoration of the release of the 20th film, an official online poll asked 6,000 Japanese fans to pick their favorite film in the franchise. The top 5 films were from 1st to 5th. All right, so I'm going to read them in reverse order. Number 5, Dragon Ball Z, The Return of Cooler. Number 4, Dragon Ball Z, Resurrection, Recreational F. Dragon Ball Z, Broly, The Legendary Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods. Hell yeah. And the favorite one of these 6,000 people, I would not have guessed this one. Do you have have any guesses for the favorite movie from this survey?
Super Saiyan.
Can you give us is it an older or newer?
It's the first 20 Dragon Ball films, so up to the Broly modern day Broly film. So everything but Dragon Ball superhero, basically.
BoJack.
Turles.
Interesting pick. What do you? Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn.
Okay, you know.
Damn, I knew it. I knew that.
Gogeta
is that dude.
Gogeta.
Yeah.
Frieza must be really popular.
I'll be.
And he is. They bring him back like all the time, so he has to be fucking popular. That's like anytime they be like, "Oh, we bringing somebody back," and they been the fans. They know what they're bringing back. They know who's gonna get them people watching.
Back when the movie had first come out, back in high school, because that's how long ago it was. I was in high school. The theme song of the Resurrection F movie, we had some people in school actually playing out, walking through the school. The fora 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 fora. I was playing through. It's a cool theme song. They love it for the theme song.
Maximum the Hormone. The name of the song is quote unquote F. It's just the letter F. Frieza, 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 Frieza.
Yeah, good song.
Me and Mike Norm will just look at each other and fucking scream that at each other sometimes. Like he knows. I don't know. We've been screaming that song at each other for a long time since that movie came out. Probably that movie fucking kicks ass.
Shitty movie, good song.
That song kicks ass. There are parts of that movie that are cool, but the end of the movie, it takes a turn and it does a thing where it's like, why'd you even make this? Though?
Yeah. I don't care for the whole movie just because.
I mean, if they would have let Vegeta win, that probably would be one of the best movies ever.
Yes, but they refused to do it, and they were like, "Actually, if Vegeta doesn't win, you know what happens? Frieza wins." and he blows up the world, and then they rewind it because they're friends with gods now. Remember the last movie? They're friends with these super gods, not just
Yeah.
regular gods like they've been kicking around with for the last 30 years. These are like gods of gods of gods.
These are actual
Oh,
gods.
They're super gods. God.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a scene from Dragon Ball because I'm watching doing a whole rewatch on my podcast where you have King Kai gets mad at Goku because he gets the time frame wrong and he's like, you know what? I'm not perfect, Goku. And you sit here like, aren't you a fucking god? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Gods are
Oh,
seldom perfect, man.
So
Hayden, did you give your number 2?
I haven't yet.
No, I don't think
We're just sitting here rambling, which is perfectly fine. My number 2, since
I just want to make sure we don't fucking hijack your show and completely delay things
Hey,
and derail
hey.
them, and then take a really long time for these types of explanations for you to be able to get to your next point. So I'm sorry, what was that?
Hey, the humor. If you're funny, that's all that matters. Welcome to Dokkan Win. We're funny, even if we're not.
You guys are funny too? All right, that's cool. I met Hayden, man. I know me and Raysean are funny. I talk to Raysean every day.
No, that hurts. I thought you've at least heard one of our episodes. At least one.
Hey, man. I'm
I
sorry.
listened to I listened to
Fine.
a few episodes. I almost
Thank
lied.
Raysean,
I
thank you.
listened to all of you. I listened to some of them. I listened to like,
We
well,
have-
when you told me you stopped, I stopped listening to them. So
Yeah,
like,
we have-
I
I
listened to
know.
what after you told me that.
it's not for everybody. I understand that.
I listen to the ones that I'm on. Those are good ones.
Okay.
Anyway, but now with Battle of Gods being hijacked, actually, I was debating this for my number 2. The number 2 or number 1, but now I actually have it done. Fusion Reborn, I would actually say is number 2 out of what we're gonna do.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
I like Fusion Reborn, one, because I love the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. It's really cool. Like, he's just sitting there,
Badass.
the entire multiverse feels him powering
No
up. It's
eyebrows.
absolutely cool. I will not lie. Gogeta is in there too. I like all that. And, I love Gogeta. I'm a Gogeta fanboy. Not fanboy. I prefer him to Vegito. But Gogeta's cool. And I'll be honest, the villain Janemba I don't care for. I like the way all of it kind of blends together. So with the canon aspect of it, I wouldn't want Janemba. GT did something like this where hell broke loose and started invading the earth. I love where those kind of things happen where creatures from the past start coming back into the world. Like, I'm imagining, let's say, all the things, let's say if Dragon Ball Super did this in the next arc. Like, Frieza's like, hey, this is the dimension, but it's actually hell in another, like, landscape or something. I can just transcend between hell and normal worlds. Frieza fights, say, Cell. Actual Cell comes back and is like, hey, guess what? I'm Platinum Cell or some shit like that, and just bringing it in and starts unleashing hell upon the world. Bringing back past ones, Garlic Jr. It could even bring up theoretically, it's like Turles. Turles gets brought back. What movie? It's planned to eradicate Saiyans. It just brings shit back from the past. It's really cool, and one could add a shit ton to it because, there's this character coming in, there's that character coming in. It would just add a lot, in my opinion. It's just really fucking cool to bring things from the past back because you have a lot of untapped potential. It could be shitty, like Raditz comes back. Guess what? I'm Super Saiyan 3, bitch. And then outside of that, like they did in Heroes. But then you also have other ones. Cell died. He's been training. Nappa's died. He's been training. All this shit comes together into some big conglomeration. They have to go fight fucking, I don't know, Granola. Whoever.
I think I think for the reasons that you just outlined, I think that's a very interesting pick. With the ability to be able to utilize like otherworld, dead people, right?
Mhm.
But it gives you an opportunity, in my opinion, because when you say all that shit, I'm like, yeah, but the way it works where these people keep in their bodies after they die and what that criteria looks like, and would these people even have bodies to be able to continue to train with? All the filler material in the world would suggest to you, yes. The Ginyu Force, Cell, all them MFs are just watching
That's why
Goku battle Majin Buu down in hell, right? So it gives you the opportunity to finally, if you try to adapt that concept and put it into the canon, it gives you a chance to figure out what those rules are again and set them in stone for the franchise versus like, this is why Goku kept his body in the manga because he was a righteous hero, granted the thing or whatever, and like that being the rule. it can kind of like work within that idea, but then also maybe, I don't know, expand something else out where it gives you an excuse to keep, the villains around, which is one of the funnest tropes. Whenever you bring back all the old folks that you've already fought, like that's so much fun to see. I remember watching Fusion Reborn for the first time when I was a kid and being like, "Oh my god, adult Gohan versus Frieza," and then Gohan just like
Yeah.
blows them up, and then they're chasing Hitler around in the streets and shit. It's a fun movie.
And then also I was thinking of the
Hey, I got a.
Super.
Oh,
Oops, sorry. Go, Rayshawn.
I had something for Kyle. If you were talking about like people being brought back as like villains, were you just talking about the Ginyu Force, or were you talking about some other people?
Anybody, I mean, any of those guys, the criteria for how you keep your body in the afterlife, none of these people would keep their bodies. They would just be
No, yeah,
vacuumed
I'm
up.
saying because I was like, if you were talking about the retcon of the Ginyu Force, I was going to say I thought King Kai actually asked for them to be brought there.
For
That's
training
why-
purposes. I mean, that's all anime
That's-
filler as well. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's not in the
That-
manga.
okay.
And that
Yeah.
right there is a big
It
thing.
could
That
be.
right there is a big
But that was like that's the only reason why.
That's a big point. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking of it of the
I think that's the
Python
only
and Goku.
retcon.
The Python and Goku versus the Ginyu Force and
But
all
yeah.
that stuff. That was cool.
I honestly, I almost picked Fusion Reborn for my third pick. I'm not gonna do it, seeing as you just picked it, but I was gonna pick it for Python. I like the character of Python. I think he's interesting. I think he's much more interesting in the Anoichi Budokai in the filler arc, but in Fusion Reborn, he's kind of like he's goofy. Like he's like yelling stupid shit at Chaniba, trying to hurt his feelings and shit. It's a stupid premise, but like I do think it'd be cool to have him be a real part of the cast and the team or whatever,
And
outside of just
figure out how
that
the
one
hell
filler
someone
arc
that
in that
strong
one movie.
dies too. He's like, he was super strong.
Probably had a heart attack.
The saddest way. I
it's
am the
not funny.
strongest in the East
Yeah.
Quadrant. How'd he die? He ate some bad shellfish. It was a bad day.
He fell on the stairs, cracked his head open. He wasn't paying attention. Split his brain open.
That's why he has no
I don't
hair.
know. I'm not gonna make that my third pick though. Do you have any other thoughts that you wanted to address on your number 2 pick, Hayden?
Now, like I said, Fusion Reborn, just bringing back past villains would be such a cool way and such just a fun. Let's say Dragon Ball reach. What are we about? Are we about to reach 20? We were at 20 years, aren't we? Not 20, 50.
Bro, we're
What fucking year? Are we at?
40.
40. Sorry,
Yeah, next year is the 40th anniversary of the manga
Daima
starting in
that's
'84.
right. The best Dragon Ball series. If
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Daima did something like that,
You didn't know
would make
that, Hayden?
I've been up since 4 a.m. today. I'm
Just
tired.
fucking with you.
But yeah, if they did something like that, okay. So this is
I
really
didn't
cool.
even know that either.
Like, this is literally only to bring.
But that, I
people-
give you that props on that, Kyle. That's pretty dope.
It's super dope. But it's just bringing back villains from the past is the whole coolest part about why I like Fusion Reborn. Infinite possibilities.
I feel like we all have a very serious delay between the three of us for some reason. Like I feel like I'm seeing all you guys say and do your shit very live, very immediately, but then you guys are reacting to each other in like a delayed fashion, and it's just interesting
feel
to
like-
watch.
We just don't have that synergy. I feel like me and you, we just pod so much. It's easier for us to have that synergy. You know what I mean?
Shit, Rayshon, you can't call out the host on his own fucking podcast. What's wrong with you, dog?
Rayshawn
Oh,
is
am I
not
calling you
allowed.
out? No, I'm not, I'm not trying to call you. I just feel like that's what's been the thing. We just
Oh, it's fair.
That's why we keep talking over each other.
It's entirely fair. Like whenever you and GB were on, you guys had more conversation with each other than me because you guys have known each other longer. It's not a call out to me in any capacity. It's because I don't know.
I didn't mean it like that. If
I
that's
know.
how.
Yeah, I'm not
I did
offended.
want to bring that up, actually. I did want to mention that. I do think it's pretty fucked up. You had both Rayshawn and GB at the same time, and my invite was apparently lost in the mail.
When did I have both of them on? I've never had both of them on together.
Didn't
Did
you
it?
just say that 30 seconds ago that you did?
No, I had you and Rayshawn together. Not Rayshawn, you and GB together.
Oh.
And the Dragon Ball
That
Super
was
I don't
cool,
think
Dope.
I've
dude.
ever been on his pod with just GB.
No,
Oh,
no.
I thought you guys did it. I thought what you guys just said a second ago led me to believe that you'd done that
Sorry.
in the past.
I've
Whatever.
had half a bottle of
No, it's
vodka.
fine.
I might be a little drunk. I don't know. But I had you and GB on here, and so you guys are, have your synergy. You two have your synergy. I have synergy with you, and I sort of have with him, but I have better with you than I do with him.
Damn, dog. Everyone loves to work with me. That's all I'm hearing.
That's All right, we're not going to plug Kyle anymore. We're going to have him another year and a half before he comes back on
Come
Dokkan
on,
Win.
dude. I
Anyway,
don't have much going for me in my life. Podcasting's one of the few things.
but yeah, like I said, just villains coming back. That's my whole big thing. But number one pick, Kyle.
See, this is actually my third pick. I'm not ranking these in any particular order, and honestly,
Dun,
I
dun,
don't even
dun.
know. I don't even know which one I'm about to pick. Okay, I'm a little all over the map, but if I had to pick one that we haven't already talked about, it would likely be. And this sounds stupid, but I watched this movie, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna go with.
BoJack.
You better not.
No, I think there's some really cool shit in the BoJack movie, but it is by no means one of my favorites. It's a lot of people's favorites. It's all right. It's fine. This is that cool Tien and Drunks fight. Like, there's some cool shit in that movie that I forget sometimes is in that movie. It's interesting stuff, but
I think I know
No.
what movie you're gonna pick.
what do you think?
Damn, never mind. I thought you were gonna say it, but I'd be like, yeah, that's the movie. Wrath of the Dragon.
I already picked that one, man.
Oh, see, I know this man. That had to be one of his picks.
That had to be, yeah. Like I didn't talk about it 20 minutes
Oh
ago.
my god. Yeah,
Uh,
Kyle, I predict you're going to talk about Wrath of the Dragon.
I already did that. I hate
I
you
know.
guys. Listen, my pick for my third is Dead Zone.
Oh.
Your
Never
pick.
would have guessed that one.
But it is a double dip in terms of making things canon, right? The reason I like it is because it kind of adds some more lore to the whole Guardian of the Earth fiction there, like how who's decided and when, and it's really before like Namekians are a thing in the series, right? But it would be interesting to make those characters and those concepts canon to the story, and then you also have the Blackwater Mist shit become canon to the story in that filler arc in the Dragon Ball Z. Is that what it's called? The Blackwater Mist? I always go through this.
I think so.
I think
Right.
so.
Right?
From that
pretty sure.
movie? Yeah,
No,
I think
it's-
so.
He doesn't use the Blackwater Mist in the movie. The Dead Zone is very much just like he gets the wish to become immortal. He's like the only Dragon Ball Z villain up till Goku Black to ever like successfully pull off their wish with a Dragon Ball. Becomes immortal. They have to seal him up in the Dead Zone. But when he gets released from the Dead Zone, they do a filler arc post Frieza, pre androids, where it's focused on Krillin and Gohan and
Piccolo.
pretty much it. Everyone and Piccolo, yeah. Everyone else gets all possessed, and I'm pretty sure the Black Water Mist is what possesses them. But
I think Goku's dead.
yeah, well, he's missing from Earth
He's
and
on
unsure
Yardrats.
of where he is in the
Oh,
cosmos.
yeah.
He's trading with the Yardrats to learn instant transmission. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, that's my pick. I like the idea that it builds around because, like, the concept of like Guardian of the Earth is so fucking weird to me, and it is kind of abandoned pretty much immediately after the fact that Goku surpasses Kami, and it's like,
He
why do we
basically-
even have this anymore? Oh, because you make the Dragon Balls run. Cool. Thanks for taking care of that, Kami. We appreciate it. We'll do the Guardian shipping from here, dog. Thanks. But yeah, I think that adds some interesting little foils and lore and different details to the Dragon Ball world that they don't really talk about in the canon ongoing. So,
And in
Yeah.
my opinion, I feel like Goku's always been a better guardian. At least he's fighting a threat. Kami's just watching and shit.
Kami shows up in that movie to help at some point. Like Kami does throw hands a little bit in that movie.
Is
But-
this the one where you get those shadow old people who used to be the guardians of the king and they always come and attack Kami for some bullshit, but they never come out to fight when the earth is in danger? Like, where the fuck is these motherfuckers? You know what I'm talking about?
I believe that's in the Blackwater Mist filler stuff, isn't it?
That was in the Black Water. Oh, that
I could be
was a
wrong.
movie.
I don't remember that being in the Dead Zone movie, that concept. But I've watched the movie much more recently than that filler arc, so I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. But he shows up, he throws some hands, but like it's we talked about it the other day because me and Ray did the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai review on his show recently, and how the Dead Zone movie is like the perfect half step between Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z because it does take place before Raditz, and I don't know. It's just an interesting little pocket in Dragon Ball time that if they made it canon, probably wouldn't change too many things. But It'd be fun, you know. Plus, like Garlic Jr., he's like, I'm a fucking big, strong guy now for some reason. I got powerful.
I hate
I just
Garlic
chose
Jr.
to be short.
And that was after the wish, ain't it? That's
Yeah,
what
his like
immortality
eternal
looks like.
immortality, right?
Makes him big buff guy.
Yeah. I mean, if I had the wish of the Dragon Balls or the power of the Dragon Balls, that's the first thing I do. I'd be like, yo, make me
Immortal.
physically amazing.
God, I wouldn't want to be immortal. That'd be hell. God.
Eh.
I would want to be immortal because I want to test it out.
Yeah, I want to go walk on the bottom of the riverbed, say
What
hi to
kind-
fucking
okay.
starfish and shit.
What kind of immortal then? Like live forever immortal, but you can still be killed, or you just fuck? I'm here forever.
I want nothing can kill me. My body regrows. I want to go into the war and be a one-man army type of motherfucker. Like,
Oh.
y'all ready? Arms getting blown off, coming back. Oh, you know how fucking crazy that would be if you had to fight something like that?
But
Like, what the fuck do we do?
here's the issue with that, though. Let's say if you
Die!
get captured,
That's what you do.
say if you get captured and they dip you in boiling oil, you're gonna sit there in agony forever.
Now I'm gonna be like, keep going, bitch. Do it. Do what you gonna do. You gonna get tired of torturing me before I get tired of living. Let's go.
This is when.
I don't know, man. I'm already tired of living and I'm nowhere near immortal.
Yeah,
so.
that's exactly my point.
Well, see, you're not immortal. See, right now you still live in the physics of life. Once,
if
if you
I-
was immortal and you can live outside the physics of life and just do what you want to do, well, you will love life.
You could just cross the street whenever you want. The cars be damned.
You
I need
walk
to
into
get
the
out of
White
this place
House.
quick.
Do what
I
you
just
want.
jump out the window. Everything's fine.
You could never serve a life
If
sentence.
you get the right gear, you will be unstoppable. That's basically all I'm gonna say. Nothing can stop you.
Well,
You probably can probably make a lot of money selling organs. Just take your heart out, another heart grow. You'd be like, who need an AB? Who need this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. We need to figure out like the rules and the laws of this immortality we're talking about. I'm basically going off of like Highlander mentality of like I can grow old forever. I cannot, or I can. I don't. I'm not gonna grow old forever. I can like breathe underwater. I can get shot with bullets, whatever. I'll still continue to live. However, if I lose my head,
You
game
did.
over, baby. Fucking quickening happens. The guy who chopped off my head gets all my powers and my memories and shit. He becomes much more powerful, and then he goes off and chops off the next motherfucker's head. Hopefully they're immortal though. Otherwise, it's like a murder and not so much part of the game. I love Highlander. It's my favorite.
all right, Raysean, number
My
one.
immortal is like you don't die no matter what. Like you just go keep regrowing. It's crazy. Mine's is nasty. It's kind of like zombie low key type shit. Are we going to our third one?
Yeah,
Want me to
last
do
one,
my
last
third
one.
one now?
I already did my third, so you're up, baby.
All right, moving on to our last one. I feel like this movie is gonna throw a lot of people off. It's gonna be like, what did he really choose that? I feel like Hayden might be like, damn, that was my pick because he kind of said something about it earlier. But I'm just gonna go with it, man. If we have the same pick, we're just gonna have to just expand on our explanation to why. My third pick will have to be the Dragon Ball superhero movie.
Oh,
I think this movie is very interesting, and the fact that it's a whole new art style, which I know a lot of people have their opinions about and all that. But what I like about the art style is the fact that I felt like the fight between Gohan and Gamma looked it so nice and crisp. What especially like the fight styles and especially some of the fighting moves they were using. Because if you were watching, they were throwing out WWE moves. I seen like Gohan DDT one of the Gammas. I'm like, this shit is fucking crazy. And it just showed you like just how they're able to just use different animation styles and be able to show different movements and stuff like that. I thought that was some of the best like movements we ever saw. Even just Gohan slowly transforming back into his what is it called
Prime?
form? Is
Beast form, or yeah.
Is it beast form or no? Not
Ultimate.
beast form. I'm talking
Ultimate.
just his regular, the ultimate form. Just him
Oh.
powering up to the ultimate form, and then you get in the Piccolo getting a whole new form, kind of getting himself back into the fold of things, which is nice. Even though you get this whole feeling like you hear from the beginning of Z that Piccolo trains every day. So what is Piccolo doing? Like is he not training the same way? Because he should be at least stronger than y'all, but it's just interesting. I love this whole movie. One of my favorite scenes in this movie will have to be where one of the henchmen tries to go pick up Pan, and Pan like beats his ass, and then the teacher was like looking at her, and she was like, "I don't know that man." And this is something I've been trying to teach my little sister. If you don't know somebody, these strangers, you need to walk away. Leave these people alone. I'm glad whoever is teaching Pan right now is getting that instilled into her. I want to say Gohan and Pan, Gohan and his wife, but we all know it's Piccolo. It's Piccolo. That's
Nah,
doing
bro,
majority of.
it's probably Videl. Doesn't she teach like a defense class for women or some shit in that movie? Like it's like a throwaway line about, sorry, Piccolo, I can't pick up my child from school. I have to go teach karate to the local defenseless women or something.
It's something she said. I don't know if that's what it is, but maybe,
I have to watch it again.
maybe.
What a wild ass pick, man. All right. So like I
Hmm.
told you guys at the start of the conversation, I was pretty much just working from 13 films, 13 minus 5 pretty much. So like 8 or 9 films tops, because Cooler and Broly. Because I was wanting to make them canon or whatever. Raysean's picked 2 movies that are canon.
And Battle of
And he
Gods is
just picked
50-50. Battle of Gods movie is not canon.
Yeah.
It follows the same story, which pisses me off.
It is and it isn't.
It isn't.
But it's wild to me that you pick superhero, because I've spent the last year of my life wanting to fucking burn down Shueisha's headquarters for having chosen to readapt that movie into the manga and wasting a fucking year, a goddamn year, a motherfucking year of my life.
Saiyaman X2 though. The same.
That's how I knew no you wasn't gonna pick it. But it is a good movie though, because even when I was talking about that Gohan part, you was nodding your head.
Yeah.
There was some good animation scenes right there.
Yeah, no, the choreography for that movie and the way in which they can animate things in that style and that CGI computer animated style, it definitely paid off for a lot of visuals in that film. I definitely would never, if I had the choice, I would choose that we just get like 2D traditional animation, whether it be the Shintani style or the Yamamuro style, whatever. I never want to see Dragon Ball in CGI like that again. But it was fine for what it was. They tried it. They did the experiment. I think it is, per dollar, like the most profitable Dragon Ball movie ever put out. But duh.
Ooh.
And
it came up with the whole thing with the glasses with Gohan. Like he doesn't need them in his regular form or in his Saiyan form, but he needs it. It's fucking hilarious.
I feel like that was a thing before, bro.
Was it a thing? I feel like they never highlighted it because I don't
not-
remember them ever mentioning that before.
Probably not on a piece of canon stuff.
I
But
wanna
yeah, what do you got right? Hey, Din.
I want to say, adding to that, I forgot. I may have said it on yours or may not. Of his glasses being useless, but if he's in transformed state, is he doesn't need glasses. Back when he fought Basil and he just exerted his energy, he's actually still blind no matter what. He just uses his energy like echolocation. That's my headcanon now.
Yep.
And
Yep,
the-
I
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
exactly what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it was supposed to be taken too.
Yeah, it's my headcanon. But my number one pick is probably second behind Battle of Gods. Is it's one I grew up loving because I like the entirety of it. I watched.
BoJack.
You bastard!
I can already tell by the lead up to it.
I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z Kai on Nicktoons. I didn't know about the later years. I watched GT on there. I watched all the movies. And one of my favorite ones, besides Slug, was BoJack. BoJack, the reason I like it so much is it's the only movie I partially consider canon. Because it's the only one in the entire timeline that actually makes sense. I would say. There's one pick.
That's interesting.
One issue with it, I will say, is the Super Saiyan 2 transformation at the end. That's the only issue I would say. Trunks comes back to visit. I could see that happening. He's like, hey, I've come to see how everybody's doing. Oh, this is a tournament. Hey, let's go have some fun. Why not? He's
I
killed.
love your Eric Vale impression. That is such a solid Eric. Hey everyone, I'm back from the future. I'm Trunks. That's sick.
Anyway, so
when does this movie take place?
It takes
Is
place.
this after Cell or before?
Yeah, this is after Cell. Like, Vegeta's like renounced fighting in the original
Then
dub.
what Super Saiyan would make sense then. Super Saiyan 2 would make sense in this movie.
No, the way he goes Super Saiyan 2 is he doesn't go Super Saiyan 2 against Bojack. Goku comes back to Earth, fucking punches Bojack. Hey, Goku, you can't fight him. You're dead. Well, fuck you, King Kai. He's my son. He instant transmissions from dead, punches him, saves him, and then Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. It's like, remember, you've made one mistake.
Did the punch actually affect him? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Did it actually affect him?
It knocks
or
him,
did it was like
it fucking knocks him to the ground. His whole group gets in front of him, like, okay, what the fuck happened? And Gohan's like, I'm my father's son, and transforms into Super Saiyan 2. His walk as he's
my father's son.
His walk.
That's what I be talking. King Kai don't be knowing what he be talking about. He be just saying bullshit.
But
That
like,
I think he learned something new when
That walk
Goku did
Gohan
that.
does though, you're right. That
it's
is
so
a badass
fucking
walk.
cool.
Yeah.
I one of my big things is, here's lore for Hayden on any of my podcasts. I love when characters have a demon walk. It's the fucking coolest thing no matter what. Evangelion has my favorite when the characters walk the shadows. Gohan is second favorite. I love those kind of walks. And him just walking, he gets hit by Bujin, the rings, the cords go around him, and he's just, and gets rid of them. Great. He one-shots the rest of them and just fucking demolishes Bojack. Great. I wanted, like I said, it's legit my favorite movie. There's a guy on TikTok, I can't remember his name, but he made the point that all the characters have like the coolest show-ups in the movie ever, and they get bodied. Piccolo shows up on a spire, bodied. Vegeta gets showed up by like in the Team 4-star of him, I've been asleep for 1,000 years. Who has awoken me, and he gets bodied. All of them get bodied quickly, but it's just so cool. Like, it's the perfect, I'd say it's the only canon movie, truly, because it can fit in perfectly. And the Goku and the transformation. Like I said, the only issue...
There's a lot of...
But I can... Since you know a lot more than I do, you have like 50 years on me. It's like 10 years, but you have a few years on me.
Wow. Okay. 50. All right. I see you fucking
Kyle,
redheaded bastard. See you next time you get invited back to Super Dope.
You have 10 years on me. Well, you have 10 years on me. You know a lot more than I do, so you probably know more about it. But from what I know, it makes the most sense in the canon, except for the Super Saiyan 2, because Gohan tapped into it against Cell after going off, powering back into it. That's the only issue that I can think of that I would say wouldn't make it canon in the entirety of it. And that's why I love it. And to make the canon part, I would make Bojack and his entire crew canon. As one of two ways. Mm-hmm. Is he ran into Beerus, because we know Beerus sealed Elder Kai into a sword, and decided, he ran into him on accident. Let's say I want to go to this planet and eat their pudding, some shit like that. Run into him and was like, who the fuck are you purple cat? I'm Beerus, god of destruction. Fuck you, I'm Bojack, space pirate. They fight, yeah, no, and seals them to watch everything go around forever. He could do that. I don't know why he doesn't a lot, but
why would Beerus seal him? Why wouldn't he just kill him?
I don't know.
That is a good question, Raysean.
I know that's why that's a story.
I've never seen Beerus be that nice.
I know. Well, he sealed Elder Kai.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We don't know why. That's what I'm trying to say. Is he pissed him off.
Well, that's more like life preservation. Like, because you can kill Beerus by trying to kill him.
Thank you.
Let me have.
I don't even need to be here. I'm
moments.
just gonna send Raysean as my surrogate from now on. You fucking take care of business, right? Good job. I'm proud of you right now.
I know it doesn't make sense because if Beerus gets pissed, he just destroys him. But that's the way that I would see it being, is he like sealed him in a fucking asteroid, some shit like that. You watch everything go around you. You piss me off, you're sealed for the rest of ever just because fuck you. That's why. You pissed him off enough. You don't deserve death. You deserve to watch everything go around you. And it happens to crash in the wrong area, and Bojack and his squad awaken. I would love to see Bojack and his squad awaken with Gohan being the main character kicking their ass, reminiscent of the original movie.
Oh, okay.
That's why
that's an interesting way to bring them in.
Because it's I want to say, what's the Heaters? I think we talked about it on your show, Kyle, about they're similar to the Bojack squad.
Okay.
It's something similar to what they were, except millions of years prior.
They definitely have a similar kind of makeup of like the group of characters as well. I was actually in my head just now trying to think of all their names from that group of Bojack. I don't know that I can do it. I bet you can do it, Hayden, because you know your Dokkan units like no fucking business. I know it's Bojack, Zangia, Bujin, Gokuja, I think is his name, and I can't think of the dude with the fucking goatee, the orange goatee. What the fuck's his name?
His name is Beto.
Like
Beto.
beat off into this fucking
Yeah.
okay.
B-I-D-O. His name
He
is
said,
Beto.
Beto. I don't know what you talking about.
That's all I'm gonna remember it now is making beat off jokes about his stupid fucking ginger goatee.
But like I said, out
And
of
his
all
vest.
of
I
them,
think he's got a vest on.
out of all the older movies, I would say that one's the coolest because in my head, still growing up, I would like it could be a lot of nostalgia because I want to say it's been 8 months since I've seen it, and right now it could be blind nostalgia. It just makes the most sense in the canon, and that's a big reason I like it. And two,
It is a nice. It's a nice break from a Goku focused movie as well.
yes,
Mhm.
because Gohan, like I said, Gohan's
And it's not
Demon
racist
Walk.
like Android 18. Nah, what was that? Android 19? What I forgot what Android movie that is.
13.
Which racist one are you talking about?
Is it no? It's the movie with the android they bring
You with your
back.
$30 haircut.
I can't think of. It's just have you seen them in
Android
dub?
13 movie?
Yes, Android
Oh
13.
man, the way they depict Android 13 is fucking kind of crazy.
Don't
Sounds like
flex
it
to
was
me,
like Sword
boy, with
Hayden.
your $30 haircut. I know more than you. I'm a robot.
Oh, bro, early day Funimation, they went on some fucking shit, man. Like, they
Man.
really they had to go back and redub a lot of those movies because they were just goofy as fuck.
Oh my god.
No, every time I think about that movie, I'm like, they really pushed the boundaries. But I got a question before you wrap up, Hayden, because I was thinking about this earlier. Because I was talking to somebody, I was like, what are some iconic Dragon Ball moves? And I threw somebody off when I said this, and they couldn't, but they were like, when has Goku ever did this? And I was like, Goku drop kicks are some of the most hardcore shit in Dragon Ball Z. They was like, when has he done that? I was like, his best one is against Frieza. If you don't remember that one, I don't know. Like that was, I love Goku's drop kicks.
Yeah, I can see those.
I mean, of all the things to call iconic in Dragon Ball, I don't think Goku doing a plain old drop kick is maybe the thing to say is like iconic. It's you're thinking of cool, cold, badass shit, which has its own place. Iconic though, it's like you can separate that move, that thing from the
Just
property
from them.
altogether, and you would know what it is, what it's from. You know, like Kamehameha, that is literally the definition of iconic. Iconic. It transcends all
But
anime,
see, I
most
don't ever
genre.
give that move to Goku. Like I always
That's
give that to
everybody
Master
else's move.
Roshi.
Goku just uses it. He steals everybody.
I don't like.
True.
Yeah, I always say that's Master Roshi, and I always feel like Master Roshi should always feel like he gets credit in every fight that move is used in, especially if it's used to win. Oh hell yeah, that's me, my
I say
boy.
special.
No, that's
I
a good
taught him
point.
that shit.
I would have
Huh?
paid. I'm sorry. I would have paid money to see Master Roshi take a victory lap around the fucking Cell Games arena after Gohan blasted him away with a super Kamehameha. You're welcome,
This is
boy. I
mine!
did that.
If I didn't teach him that,
So
because you know what's so crazy is they learned the Spirit Bomb,
And
but the
never
Spirit
use
Bomb
it.
doesn't have as many kills as the Kamehameha, which
that?
is learned in like the first few episodes of Dragon Ball.
Is it like
Does the
4
Spirit Bomb have any
uses?
kills at all ever?
Boo, maybe like.
Boo. Yeah, boo. I guess.
Is that
Yeah,
going to have
duh.
like 4 uses in entirety of it? Because I know he uses it against Vegeta, uses it against Frieza, uses it against Boo, and then uses it against Jiren. Am I missing any?
No, I remember
definitely uses-
every one of those.
We're not counting GT, right? If we
No,
count
no.
GT,
This is
I believe
this is
he
canon.
does.
This is
use
canon
it.
stuff.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then I think those are the 4.
All right.
And it only used the barely beat Boo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I was King Kai, I'd be like, every move I taught you is damn near obsolete by now.
outside of that-
but the Kamehameha, every day, baby,
I would say the
every
Special Beam
day.
Cannon.
Like,
Special Beam Cannon's most iconic because I've seen too many memes about it.
Special Beam can, yeah, I like Special Beam can. It's an easy move, piercing technique. You can understand why it pierces people. He's basically compressing
And,
it into 2 fingers.
Outside
This
of
is
that,
what ladies see before they jump in the bedroom.
And he created the move too.
yeah. And Piccolo's the coolest one because he makes his own moves. And another one I want to see because I've seen a lot is whenever Goku fights Zamasu, that just backhand punch. I've seen that one be used so much since that's come out. You know, Goku has this big old rage moment, destroys both of them. Zamasu, he's like,
Did
yeah.
I remember? Did he do the one? He did the 1 inch punch, didn't he? Doing
That's
the Black Saga. I think he did.
You know he did it against Frieza. I can't remember if he did it in
I
Goku
think
Black.
so.
Did he?
Oh, I thought he did go against the Goku Black.
No, I think actually Hayden's right. I think it is against Frieza, like when he's beating the shit out of him at the end of Fakatsu no F before he gets fucking razor.
Yes, he hit him with the
Go-
1 inch punch.
ring
Oh.
lasered.
Goku uses he fires a massive Kamehameha at Zamasu, goes full power, his arms are dead, and he just kicks the fuck out of Zamasu for like a minute straight. Dragon Ball Z.
I like even some of Vegeta moments, but when against Zamasu when he was like, "You think you can beat me?" Or he had some great scenes. I need to rewatch it so I can quote better. But
Yeah,
it's some great scenes.
Watch it in Japanese so that way you can really quote it.
I won't be able to say nothing, but read the
Cells of
subtitles.
That's the joke, baby. That's the joke.
built within years of battle, these are the cells of a Saiyan. You do not deserve this body.
Shall I tell you where you miscalculated? I will say, dude, Sabbath's performance on that Goku Black freakout is peak Sabbath. It's peak fucking Vegeta. Peak Sabbath. It's like as good as any performance Sabbath's done for any anime character ever. Better than anything he's done as Piccolo. Better than anything he's done as All Might, even or anything else. Shall I tell you where you miscalculated? Is a fucking cold way to start in on beating somebody's fucking ass. Should I tell you where you fucked up? Watch this, you phony fake fuck loser. Oh, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I kind of want to go watch that clip right now.
Dragon Ball. Do we need a Dragon Ball Super watch party for Raysean's podcast? All three of us. I'll bring the vodka.
I don't know. I got to do a fucking manga review.
I'll bring the vodka.
Yeah, I mean,
Hasn't said anything. Haven't invited me on and anything. I'm like, are we doing the manga review or not?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Bro, what do you think I do? Like, wait for the manga to come out and then make a review on it the day of? I used to do that before.
I was like, that's what you used to be. You used to be on it. I used to be like, oh, it's come out on this day.
What's the fucking point?
That would be like
do you
3
think
weeks.
the people have anything, like, do you think I've got anything super worthwhile to say about the chapter that came out this past week? No, I'm going to tell you why. Because I already fucking said it last fucking June 2022. That's why. Dragon Ball is so Hey, actually, here's an interesting piece of fucking news that kind of lends itself to the whole idea of why they took a fucking year off from Dragon Ball in the first place. I don't know if y'all heard this. They're making a Sandland movie. Okay, we knew that.
And a
game. Sandland video game. And did you see the other news this week? They're making an actual full-blown fucking anime. And for whatever reason, Disney Plus is going to have the distribution rights here in the state. It's not about Disney Plus having the distribution rights so much as it is, wow, Kirishiyama really is full fucking steam ahead into this Sandland thing. This is why they just took a year off and shot Dragon Ball in the fucking foot. For this purple-headed fucking little weirdo trekking across the village looking for water, saying he's a demon or some shit. I don't know. I'm pissed. Dragon Ball can suck my fucking dick, even though it is obviously like my favorite thing in the world. But last year it sucked, dude. I have no impetus, no true motivation and or reason to do a manga review when the manga drops. All I have to do now is drink some whiskey.
I am actually super
I
excited.
gotta get Toriyama his props.
No, you're not. You're only excited for the game because you want to review it on Game Grumps, or whatever the fuck your other show is.
Games and gamers, you old man. We're doing our best.
What did I say it was?
Game Grumps.
That's like a YouTube channel, right? I don't
Yes,
even
it's
know.
a big YouTube channel. I actually, before we had this, I really wanted it because I like the art style. It reminds me of Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon.
You remind me of Blue Dragon. Oh, cool. I like it.
Like I said,
I like the fact that Toriyama's still trying to push out anime.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He's
Toriyama
not bored with it because at his point, you think he'd have made enough money.
True.
If I was him, I'd just sit back. I'm like,
yeah, he helped make this game. That's
he must smoke some weed someday and was like, you know what? Drew a little character and was like, you know what? I'm back. I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm not gonna replay it. Here's the thing.
Well,
Sandland outside of the game, I'm not gonna care about it. I only want to play the game. I'll be honest. He writes books. He writes stories.
That's a
like
superhero name.
Huh? Yeah, Danger Extremes is a super.
You write stories?
Yeah, I have 3 books.
What the
written.
fuck?
Yeah, I've
When
written
you start doing that?
for like 2018. I've written 3
You write
books.
stories.
Yeah, I've written 3
I
books in my
never
life.
knew that.
I just don't have the money to publish them unless there's some cool podcast buddy.
What's the? Oh,
who
I was
wants
about to.
to,
I was about to Google you. I was about to be like, is Hayden a renowned book?
Not yet.
Is he creating
I
books?
actually-
You can self-publish on Amazon for pretty cheap.
I know.
What you writing books about?
Okay.
Yeah, what are your books about?
Okay. Each one is
Actually, we probably should end this pod. We about to be 2 hours in.
no. We're
and I need
we're
to go
not
get
even at an
something to
hour
eat.
and a
I'm
half
hungry.
yet. We're actually about a minute away from an hour and a half. 90 minutes, like I was telling you. I can tell you guys afterwards. I don't mind. But anyway.
You got told.
Anyway.
I guess it's different from the recording. I'm looking at the recording time now.
But anyway, yeah, thanks all for listening to this episode of Dokkan Win. It's way different than a normal thing because, you know, we talk movies as opposed to Dokkan, which, because, you know, I talked to Kyle about it once. He said, you need to have us on your show again. I said Dokkan. Fuck you, Hayden. Not everybody plays Dokkan. Like, I think word for word what he said. It's been 6 months. Anyway.
Yeah, the idea that, I mean, my podcast advice to people is always niche down. The more specific your show, the more likely it is that you'll find an audience that checks your shit out. But like, if people listen to your Dokkan show, I promise you they'll be more interested in just general Dragon Ball Z topics as well outside of the game. So
I
you're
don't disagree.
welcome.
I'm stubborn.
Yeah, it's all Dragon Ball related.
I'm a stubborn asshole. I don't disagree, but I'm a stubborn asshole, so I'm going to stick with my method. But thank you both for coming on. Like I said, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
since
you
I've
know.
both
Do
on.
whatever works for you, Hayden. I like that.
Yeah, Hayden, we love you. Stick to your guns, baby. Stick to both your guns and your Buster Sword. Stick to that too. Shit's sick.
By the way, thank you both for coming on.
Is that a drawn picture?
Oh,
Very
no.
welcome, man. Make
No.
sure you, if you like what
Which one?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Which one? Because these are both pictures from
The one closer to the Buster Sword.
Oh, that's Final Fantasy. That's the cover art for Final Fantasy VII. I wasn't able to get a physical copy because of COVID,
yeah.
but that's the box art for it, and that I love the box art because I love that little moment of Seven where Cloud just looks up with the sword. It's immaculate. Anyway.
Iconic, baby.
It
Iconic.
really is. But yeah, so thank you guys both for being on.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since having both on. I've actually had a lot of fun with this, a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Whoa, what the fuck does that mean? You think it was gonna be a chore to have us on, Hayden? Whoa,
No.
watch what you're saying, man.
Here's the thing, Kyle. I'm gonna cut this part out too.
You didn't think it was gonna be fun?
It's been a long time since I've
Oh,
actually
you gonna
had,
cut it out? You don't gotta cut it out.
it's been a long time since I've actually had fun recording a Dokkan One because I've been off Dokkan for about 2 months now, and so I've had a hard time. It's been a long time since I've had fun recording a Dokkan One episode.
Oh, all
mean,
right.
you could-
You saved it. Good job, man.
But anyway, like I said, thank you both for coming on. If you guys want to check them out, you got Dragon Ball Super Dope. You can look them up on wherever the fuck you want. I have them on Instagram. That's where I found Kyle. I randomly found him one day and messaged him, hey, you want to do a collaboration? Hell yeah, dude, is what he had said. But Dragon Ball Super Dope, Advice Pod on wherever. Raysean, the RGAP podcast. He talks anime in general. Kyle's more Dragon Ball Super Dope, in case you couldn't tell. Thanks for listening. If you want to
I was
go check
talking
Yeah.
about all the three.
if you want to check out my other
Raysean's in his Dragon Ball era right now, so Raysean's got
are.
a lot of Dragon Ball related
I was supposed to
content.
be on the
He
other
discovered that making Dragon Ball content is it's good for business, especially when you've already been associated with a long time running Dragon Ball podcast for the last several years. So good call, Ray.
day. Anyway,
Yeah, and I'm doing a whole rewatch, so you know.
like I said,
Okay, sorry, you can get
yeah,
Kyle.
go check,
Yeah,
go
no,
check
we're
out both of
good.
these guys. They have really good podcasts, both of them. I need to catch up on both of them. I'd listen to Kyle's whenever I work, but it's been busy the last few weekends, so I've just been having music playing to get me through the day. But I do go check out him. Raysean, I'm sorry, Raysean, I haven't listened to much of your show, I'll be honest.
Yo, listen to the best one.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Raysean. I probably listen to as much
Well,
as
at least you
you
listen to yours.
as you've listened to me. I'd say we're probably even. And go check out my
Dang.
other show.
I feel like I'm probably listen more to yours than you listen to mine.
Maybe.
I'm on like episode 100 in yours.
Did we have 100?
Damn,
episodes?
Raysean's a fan, man.
Do we have 100 episodes? Fuck. I was supposed to do a 100 episode special. Do we have 100 episodes? Anyway, and go check out my other show, Games and Gamers Podcast. We're going to be starting that up in February on all the other podcast platforms. Right now, you can only find us on YouTube. We're going to be doing Sea of Stars yesterday, actually. Hopefully. Sea of Stars yesterday. Go check us out.
Hell yeah. Shout out Danger Extreme.
But
Peace.
I want to say whatever.
Oh, I
Our
thought
next,
we
yeah,
was done.
we
My
always
fault.
do our last episode. Like, what's the next? I want to say our next episode will probably be based on our favorite units of. We're gonna go back to Dokkan. Our favorite units of 2023, because there's been a lot of them. Like even the Battle of Gods. I will not let you destroy my world unit has come out this last year, so expect to see him on that list. Thanks all for listening.
I believe you're supposed to say it. I believe you're supposed to say it. I won't let you destroy my world!
How about this? I will edit in that scene just for you, Kyle. Just for you.
That'd be nice.
Can you match up me and Sean Schimmel's immaculate performances?
No.
I won't let you destroy my world!
Because he says it a lot.
I don't think you.
He says it a little slower than you do.
Not
But
really, though.
Yeah, I will not let you destroy my world. I've heard it too many times in Dokkan.
Oh, Hayden.
Oh,
You
man.
love Sean Schimmel. All right, let's wrap this thing. This
Anyway.
was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us, man.
Like I said, thanks, guys. Go check both of their stuff out, and yeah, go stay tuned for next favorite units of 2023 in Dokkan. When say bye, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.